The following moments may contain explicit language.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, there it is. A real Papa Top this time. Welcome back, everybody, to Uncanceled Culture. I am Porky.
The Louie.
And Kranky's here. Now, Kranky wanted me to introduce everybody. To save time.
To save time.
To save,
off like
you know,
a couple seconds.
To save 2 seconds off the minute that we're going to do, the hour that we're going to do today.
That'll help with the extra 20 minutes that we go over.
Yeah. I said, see the editing would boop, boop, like that. Like, boop. Gone. Oh, man. What is up, everybody? We are back. Louie's back from his trip. But before we do that, I want to let everybody know.
We're synchronizing our watches to make sure we don't go over an hour.
Exactly. We're starting right now. Right at this point. We're going to be over 1 minute and 30 seconds.
We can set a line. We can set an alarm.
The alarms are going off right now. I can hear them bouncing off the table. So follow us on TikTok. We're on TikTok at Uncanceled Culture Pod, P-O-D. We're on Instagram at uncanceled_culture. And now on YouTube at Uncanceled Culture Pod. So be sure to look us up. If you can't look at us, or can't look at us because you don't want to look at us, if you can't get us on Spotify, then you can find us on YouTube, and the audio will be on there as well. So, yeah. So welcome back, Louie. What do you got to say for yourself, sir? Step into my office. I need to.
Fucking fire!
I need to speak to you about something a little birdie told me.
HR brought something up to us.
Oh, man. What's up, guys?
So speak. No, I'm just kidding.
Or forever hold your peace.
How was your trip? Wink, wink.
It was good, man. It was good. It was too long, but it was good.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. Yeah, it was good, man. Nice little getaway.
You were there for a week?
We were there from Tuesday to Sunday. Tuesday to Sunday.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Cheap flights. Yeah. Sabrina.
Did y'all encounter any problems?
No. Okay. So as
under
far as
this new administration.
So
apparently.
As far as with I'll tell you this. When I saw the videos, right, that we were sharing and we were talking about the stuff that was going on, those people are rude as hell.
Oh,
yeah. They're
Who
rude
was
as
it?
The people that are working at the
Well, who did y'all go through?
Spirit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
They're rude as hell.
There you go.
But the flights were good, man. I mean, I tell her, look for this, and she finds the best deals.
Yeah.
You know, last year, I told you, 7 of us flew for under $400, and that was round trip.
What?
Yeah. So this time it was under $3 for both of us, together. So it was good, man. Didn't have any problems with them. They were rude, but no problems. The flight over there, though, bro, like the flight was great the whole way. The pilot says, all right, we'll be touching down in about 25 minutes. All right, good. So everybody's and all of a sudden you just feel the plane go sideways.
Sideways.
Yeah, the turbulence started hitting. Like literally, the plane was doing this.
He wasn't pulling the Denzel. Then,
Yeah,
right? No.
Everybody started screaming, and I'm like, "What?" Yeah, it was bad, bro. It was really bad. And that happened for like 5 minutes straight, and then it started like easing up, and it was just turbulence, and then finally, like the last 5 minutes, it was fine. So it wasn't crazy. But we started hearing people that were flying in different airlines, and they all said the same thing, that it was the worst turbulence that they've felt that day, like in whenever they've
For a long
flown, right?
time, yeah.
So they were like, that's crazy. The flight back, I was kind of concerned because it got even more windier while we were there. So when we were leaving, I'm like, bro, I don't even want to deal with this. Nah, flight was great.
Yeah.
Flight was great. Flew all the way over here. Great. We're touching down in 25 minutes. And I'm like, oh, God. And no turbulence.
That little thing in your stomach started.
Yeah. But all of a sudden, like, we're like, no turbulence. Great. I'm looking. I like to see when we're getting down and I see that we're about to land. I'm like, we're good. We touch down and then, boom, he takes off.
What?
And we're like, the hell's going on? And we just see the airport, leaving. Everybody's waving at the airport, like, what the heck's going on? And everybody on the plane is like, what's going on? What's going on? Nobody knows. We get up and we kept going up. And I'm like, dude, the first thing that crossed my mind was somebody took over the plane. Dude. And I'm like, bro, what is going on,
Everyone
right?
Everyone become.
And for like 5 minutes, like usually the captain will come on or the co-pilot, somebody, and say something like, oh, whatever. Nothing, bro. And we're just there. And then we start kind of turning. And I'm like, somebody say something. Somebody say something. And then finally the pilot comes on. He says, hey, I just want to let you know, we're going to make a circle around. We hit a wind shear. And I was like, a wind shear? And looking at the guy next to me, and he's like, what the hell's a wind shear? I was like, I don't know. I looked it up, and by that time when we were landing, I already had my phone on.
Yeah.
So as we took off, I kept it on. I'm like, if I gotta make a call, I'm gonna make a call. You know what I mean?
That's why.
Yeah, and I was like, let's see what's going on, and sure enough, I looked it up, and it's I guess a pocket of air that when it hits, it can affect takeoffs and landings. And so he said when he hit it that he felt it, I guess, or he read it on whatever and took off because he didn't want to risk it.
Holy shit.
Came back around and landed fine. So we were back in the air for maybe another 20 minutes, and then came back down and we were fine.
For that long?
Yeah, bro. We were in the back up in the air for 20 minutes. The other thing that I thought was either somebody took over the plane, or there was another plane at the same time either landing or taking off, like the ones that we've seen. And I'm like, bro, I said our pilot decided to make an executive decision and take off. So, but no, man, he said it was a wind shear and came back around, landed, and everything was fine. So, a pretty eventful experience on the flights, to say the least, right?
Well, yeah. Starting in January, that's what's been going on.
Yeah. So, as far as the trip, man, I mean, it was good. It was a pool tournament. Was out there. Started Wednesday. Did you not know that?
We did not know that.
No, that's why
I
we
told
wanted
you. I texted you. I'm in Vegas. Send
That's
me any
why I
bitch you want.
suspended for 3 days, man. Jeez.
Hey, cut down on the laughing, please. Can you cut down on the laughing? That's already taking up 15 seconds.
Oh, we're listening to the episode. We're listening to last week's episode. Me and her, and when you said that, wait, we can't laugh. So we just say we can't laugh. She goes, assholes.
My job is done.
Well, the whole talk last week was we're going to Vegas.
It seemed like she was going to take trips. She wanted to go.
Yeah, maybe to me it just felt like y'all were going to Vegas. Y'all were just going to take a trip. And go to Vegas.
No, it was for a pool tournament.
Kranky got a little offended.
Yes, because
and frankly, I did too. I'm like, he lied.
Because I was, we didn't know. Even while you were over there, we didn't know you were there for that. And then I'll go on Facebook and I see this picture of Josh and the pool team. I'm like, hey, he got a pool. And I said, well, it is May. That's when he always goes, in May.
It's always May.
How come he would say, hey, I'm going for a pool tournament. Never once did you say,
I didn't want to. It's because I didn't want to jinx it, man. We lose every time we go over there.
Maybe you would have jinxed it good.
Yeah, well.
You would have mentioned it.
Yeah, because you didn't mention it. That's why it was just kind of like, oh yeah,
so
take a trip.
So the original thing was to go for the pool tournament, and we had talked about going, and then she was like, I'm not gonna be able to. I have finals. All this stuff came up, right? And then we had this stuff with the kids. There was a lot of stuff coming up. It just so happened her professor let her take the finals the day before.
Oh wow!
And then all the stuff with the kids, everything canceled and was moved to this week. So everything worked out. So she was like, I can go. So that's when I told her, hey, find flights. And she's like, it's literally in days. And I'm like, find the flight. She goes, it's going to be expensive. Find the flight.
Spirit,
and she goes on, and sure enough, finds the flights, right?
What does
And
she use?
Expedia. Usually she does
Expedia.
it. Well, she does Expedia and a couple other ones, but Expedia
see
usually
which
gives
one's-
her the
right,
better deal.
which one's better.
And then plus she had points already, and then she had dollars she can use, so it helped, right? But we're there. We shoot. We long ass days, man. So I guess they wanted to do team bonding on Tuesday,
Team bond.
right?
So y'all went to a strip club.
No, with
Titty bar.
Yeah, titty bar.
It's a titty bar.
Titty, come on, titty.
So Sabrina's like, did you go to the strip club last time you were here? And I was like, no. She was, are you lying? And I'm
Why?
like,
What'd you hear?
no. And I told her, I said, no, I'm not lying. I said, I would have told you. I said, one, I would have told you. Two, it's like $100 to get in.
Oh, fuck that.
And she's like, what? And I said, I'm not paying $100 to go in.
How
Then
do you know?
Then I'm going to have to spend another, a certain amount to drink.
Hey.
And then if I'm going to give any of the girls money, like, that's stupid. It's too much. I could see TNA on Fremont for free.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, why? Right? And so she's like, so if it was free, you would have gone? I was like, well, maybe. I said, but I would have told you, right? And so we ended up going out to Fremont on Tuesday night, and we leave there about 1:30, and we're like, well, we don't have to play till 5, so we'll get some rest.
Was it? Wait. Sorry. This is on an all night thing.
So,
Or
Tuesday we didn't have anything. We started playing Wednesday at 5 p.m.
Whoa.
Right.
Okay.
And it was supposed to be 3 matches. It ended up only being 2. Oh, because we lost. We lost the second match. But so we're thinking, okay, we have time to sleep in. So all right, 1:30, we'll call it a night. We're coming back. So the last time I was there without Sabrina, we ended up going to a Korean barbecue place.
Oh yeah.
And so she
yeah,
was
you
like, man,
mentioned
I've been wanting to try. Well, then she hears that we went. And she's like, how was it? I was like, it wasn't that great. Like, it really wasn't, right?
Meh.
And she was like, oh, man, I really wanted to try it. And I'm like, yeah, it wasn't good. Well, when we were leaving Fremont, she's like, man, I really want some barbecue ribs. She goes, and then this girl goes, what about Korean barbecue? She was like, man, I've been wanting to try it, but Louie said the last time it wasn't that good. Where did you go, Louie? I was like, kimchi. What are you talking about? That's the best place. We get there, and we stayed there from 2 to like 3:30. It's all you can eat. It was actually really, really good. And Sabrina's like, you freaking lied to me. And I was like, man. So my question was, have y'all ever lied to anybody? Could be your partner, could be a friend, it could be a family member. When asked, have you been here? Or when they said, oh, you've been there before?
Uh-huh.
Like, you've been there without me? Or, oh, you have tried that place? How was it? Because y'all were supposed to go. I mean, normally the answer is gonna be, it wasn't all that, because it was supposed to be an experience.
So it was a fibber.
Kinda.
Yes.
Yeah. However, I don't remember too much of that evening because I was falling asleep at the table.
Again, you got drunk?
And no, I was just tired.
Jet lag for 2 hours. 2 hour jet lag.
I was tired, man. And then at those places, if you don't finish whatever they bring you, they charge you.
Are you fucking kidding me?
They charge you
Why?
more. It's like a to go or like a take home or whatever it is. So
And you can't take it home.
you
How
can't
do
take
they
it home
know?
either.
Well, how do they know?
Oh, they'll come and if you didn't finish it, like if it's still there and you're leaving, they charge you.
No fuck.
Yeah, because you don't pay. It's $39 a person, all you can eat, but you don't pay when you first get there. You pay at the end. So when they come to bring you your check, if there's still food, they're gonna add that charge. So I'm there and I'm falling asleep, I guess, and everybody's like, "Hey, we gotta go, man. Louie's already crashing out," and I was exhausted, bro, dead tired, and I'm crashing out, and then I remember saying, "Hey, we gotta finish our food, or whatever," and they're kind of telling me, "Hey, we have to finish the food though, because we're gonna get a charge." Apparently, I'm over here with my eyes closed, grabbing food and just shoving it in my mouth so we can finish it, and we finished it. So it was good, man.
No way, dude. That's crazy.
But the reason I asked the question is because today she went to have the last lunch with Sara, who's graduating, right? The oldest one. She's graduating,
okay,
so it was
okay.
kind of like
Yeah,
the last
yeah.
parent lunch,
Okay.
student lunch.
at school and
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I didn't go because I was watching my granddaughter today, and so I had her and she was asleep. So we would have taken her, but she was crashed out. So they went. So I'm like, hey, so how was it? Like, what did y'all eat? And she said, some really bad Subway. I'm like, dang, for real? Bro, I look at the pictures, they're all enjoying it. And she's like, yeah, it was probably as bad as that Korean barbecue you had that time. Like, damn.
Touche.
Damn.
Touche.
But it was all good, man. Took third place in nationals.
No shit.
Yeah, we took third place. We lost to go to the championship from the loser bracket. We lost to go to the championship 13-11. We were winning 10-7 and lost 13-11. But, you know, still put out a little money from there, and then did bad gambling the whole time. Like,
yeah, somebody said they were going to bring home a shit ton of money, but I guess
yeah,
not.
did it? Well, we didn't hit nothing. Like, we lost, I don't know how much we lost. A lot. Let's just say a lot during the time we were there. And then the last night, she hits. So I'm like, all right, well, at least we came up a little bit on top. And get this, she hits. I think it was like 1,400, right? And I'm like, dude, yes, we're back, right? Where's my cut? Here's $200.
200?
I was like,
Put it all back?
no. She just said, the rest of it's mine. The rest of it's mine. So I was like, all right. She was like, I got stuff to do. We got to take care of things. I'm like, I get it. Like, you know, but yeah. But she did good, man.
So you didn't do the Griswold?
Well, I didn't do the Griswold. I was about to sell our flights.
The ATM.
I was about to sell our flights. but I didn't.
You would have got like $50. It's the fucking Spirit.
That's true. But it was good. It was good.
Okay, well, I don't know. Should we put him on suspension, or should we? It's a Kranky decision. It's a thumbs up, thumbs down.
Well, it was just funny how you didn't say why you were going, and you look on Facebook and you're all there with the pool team smiling, and I'm like,
Joshy,
yeah.
Texas Tech over there.
And I was like, you would have thought they were going for an OnlyFans convention that they didn't want to tell us, but no, it was just pool.
You didn't say
My bad,
nothing,
man. I
bro.
thought I mentioned it.
Yeah, we were.
What are you trying to hide? Pool. It's pool.
Yeah, I do have to admit, not once did you say pool, but still, it's whatever. You had a good time.
6-7.
You didn't. Yeah. You didn't come back with some Taylor Swift ticket.
I didn't.
Like,
I didn't
Was
make
there
it.
any
I didn't make
offers?
it rain either.
was there any offers at all? Nothing. No.
You know what? There might have been. I wasn't paying attention.
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
But while we're there,
6, 7.
I walk out and I do hear sirens, and me and her were just talking about the
shooting.
The shooting, right? In was it 2017 or 2020? I don't remember what it was. 2017.
The 2018, the country.
Yeah, the music festival.
Yeah.
So we were talking about it. Well, then when I walk out, I'm frustrated during one of the matches, man. So I walk out. Yeah, I need to get a cigarette or something. I need to smoke. I don't know, hit the vape, something. So I walk out. I hear all these sirens, man, and I'm like, not like sirens like an emergency vehicle passing by. It was like multiple emergency vehicles passing by and flying too, because you can hear the engines going. I'm like, what the heck? I ran back inside. I was like, I'm not gonna stay out here to find out. And come to find out, it was a shooting at
So that was that gym.
that gym shooting. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, it had happened. It had just happened or something like that. So
Scary.
yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Well, we're glad you're back. I saw Sabrina driving off. I was like, oh, I guess Sabrina's not joining us.
Yeah,
today.
she I didn't realize. So they were having awards. Like I said, they were having stuff last week. Well, they rescheduled it to this week, and it's
Oh, okay.
it's the SWL ESPYs.
Like sports awards.
It's all the athletic department, and they're gonna do their awards.
Shit,
and
we
stuff,
went to Fuddruckers for ours. You remember that shit? Did you go?
I went to one. The one we had was a La Vita.
No, not that. Right, I'm talking about in middle school, actually.
Middle school, no, I didn't go to one.
didn't
I
go
didn't
to
play. I only played 8th grade in middle school.
Why? Because you failed?
No.
No. I know, you were smarter than me. I would have played football if I hadn't failed, because they're like...
Because the football in middle school was, if you played 7th grade, you were able to play 8th grade, and more time than people that
were just starting.
That were just starting 8th grade.
Really?
That's the way it was.
Oh.
Because I didn't play in 7th grade, I only played 8th grade, and we didn't have an A and B team.
Right.
We just had a team. So if all the people that play the sevens, all the people like in football, I only play football and a little bit of basketball. And in football, the people that played seventh grade, they
Got
would
all the
play.
playing time.
They played first, second,
Oh.
the first, second, and fourth quarter,
Right.
and the other people would just play third quarter, and that was it.
Jeez, dude, what the hell is that?
No.
Well, I'm glad I didn't play. So I'm glad I was a failure in middle school, so I didn't get to play football. So what's up? What's a TikTok that we saw, and they were looking for help because they wanted to know what the male equivalent of a torta was. I don't know.
So I googled it to see if there was
Googled it?
yeah, just to see if there was anything, right?
You had Siri
So
or
I went
On
there
your
first.
cheap Siri phone.
Yeah, the 8th million whatever search. I which is funny, I go to my browser and all my tabs are gone.
You wiped it out?
I don't know. I went there and it shows like to start a new tab, and I'm like, well, where are the old ones? And all of them are gone. So whatever new stuff that I was gonna talk about is gone. All right.
That's it.
But
We're done.
I googled it and nothing comes up. Nothing.
It doesn't have an answer.
There's no
basically.
answer.
Like, there's no
Even
answer.
on Reddit, on all of that. No,
Yeah.
no answers. So I go to my next source, which is Ask the Kids, since and nobody really had an answer either.
Yeah.
Sabrina said a chile relleno,
relleno.
right?
Yeah.
She goes, well, because short and stumpy, and then it's filled, so it's stuffed, so you're fat, right? And I'm like, okay, no. I said I'd probably use it in a different way,
Yeah.
right? Myself, but
Wanna
whatever.
See my chili relleno?
Yeah. And then Sara says, menudo. And I'm like,
What the hell?
because it has all the fat.
The hominy? It's not fat.
No, the meat is.
Well, first we gotta why is a girl referred to as a torta? Why?
Okay, why?
Cranky's still
There
on.
you go.
Cranky's still on that one.
What is?
What, do you have an answer?
I don't have an answer, but Urban Dictionary does.
Oh, and if it's like TMZ, if it's on Urban Dictionary, then it's legit.
And Urban Dictionary has a couple of meanings, but I only found one that kind of made sense. And the one that made sense is a fat bee who thinks she looks good,
No way.
often shows her fat ass on Instagram, trapping all the down bads.
Down bad?
I don't know what that means.
There you go. I have no idea what the down bad. Down bad.
So that was Urban Dictionary's,
well-
meaning.
I think that might be different though, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, it might be different for like what we're thinking, because right away we're thinking about the Fiesta girl, with the short shorts and the.
But but then they said that that's I guess a torta. But so what? So what is so what is a torta besides the food?
It's delicious. No, I don't.
So, I don't know, because I guess women were getting offended with the word with gordita, right?
Yes.
Which is
That's
what we
what I
which
felt.
is what
That's
we
what I
talked
thought.
about.
That's food too.
Yeah, I know. But the gordita was used more as calling a woman,
Yeah.
a little fat.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It was closer to the actual.
when you
meaning.
look it up, that's an actual word, and that's what it has that meaning. Torta, they just started. It just came out and I don't know why.
like 6, 7.
Like 6, 7. I don't know why, right? But I don't know, man. I just think torta. I think gordita, right? Was offensive, according to the women. Torta is like a slang now, and it's supposed to.
Is it good or bad?
Well, here's the thing. Cranky said it. He said they're
Why are they
like
offended?
they're taking it and
Yeah,
running with it,
yeah, yeah.
and they're having like the torta run, and people showed up to do it. Like they're not offended by it.
So then we're talking about tortas. There's going to be a specific type or specific looking type of woman. meaning that they're gonna be a little on the heavyset side, right? Could that possibly mean that they're wearing the smallest amount of clothes as well?
Nah, I don't think. I think it's,
You think it just has to do with the weight?
I think it just has to do with the weight. I don't think it has to do.
So when you look at, so I googled gordita, right? And it's Spanish for little and fat, and is a term of endearment for a chubby girl or a loved one.
Say, what's wrong with that?
So, but gordita may occasionally be used as an insult, like fat, like you're fat. But it's often meant affectionately, like as in gordita bonita, or like a little chubby, like my chubby love, my chubby darling.
Yeah.
And in many Spanish-speaking cultures, fat is not an offensive taboo. So I'm guessing all the Latinas that like to be called a torta, it's endearing to them? I don't know.
Like it's a compliment?
Yeah.
Almost? Like you're complimenting.
To me, it just sounds...
So I guess gordita wasn't endearing. Endearing.
Yeah. They felt it was more offensive than probably anything else.
See, so that's why I say when I said the other day about when y'all asked, what's the guy version of
Torta.
a torta, or and I was like, there is none because guys don't get offended. So you could call a guy a fat ass or
It was...
names,
Panzón.
pan-seco,
pan-seco.
and they wouldn't get offended. I mean, maybe they wouldn't on the outside. Maybe on the inside, they were a little, maybe a little tear here and there. But they wouldn't get mad about it.
But are they tears or was it grease?
You got something on your chin. Oh, it's grease. I'm sorry.
It's manteca.
Manteca.
I don't know. I just don't like you said, Crank. There isn't one. There's not a food version for a male.
I don't think so.
I haven't. And again, Sara's the one that came up with menudo, and I didn't get it. I'm just thinking pieces of meat, the fat that's in there. I don't know, but there's really no version. I mean, I don't see a male version of torta. So
I mean, and I think Kranky's right because I've been called fat
Chubby,
my whole life,
maybe chubby.
And, one of mine, I'm not gonna be like all pissed off because they call me. Wow, I was fat. I was fucking fat, right? So I'm not gonna get offended about that. Oh, but call a girl gordita. I'm like, "Qué chingados, güey? Why you call me that?"
Well, it's funny because whenever I would like talk about you, oh yeah, my friend Porky, and that's mean. Like, no, that's his name. That's his nickname. Like, that's been his nickname since he was a kid. That's mean. And I'm like, his mom gave him the nickname.
Yeah. They've been calling me that since I was like 9 years old, bro.
So I was like, they're like,
I have it on the back of my Letterman.
but
come on,
But what's the first thing that pops into people's mind when they hear Porky?
fat.
But why?
Because of Porky Pig.
Yes.
Pig. Yeah.
See, and that's why they're like, that's mean, man. I don't know why that's mean. You shouldn't call him that. And I'm like, bro, that's his name. I said that's how he was introduced to me.
That's how people like when they hear my real name, they're like, "Who?"
Yeah, they don't know you.
Oh, Porky. Oh, I didn't even know that was his real name.
Yeah.
Everybody calls me that.
I mean, but does it have to be a food? Like the male
version of torta.
male version of torta.
I mean, I don't think it does, but
food.
But everybody takes it there because torta's a food. I mean, that's what we consider,
Because I was gonna give you an example of one that maybe they can use that it's not a food.
Hey, if it goes viral, you better patent it because
I can't patent it because it's a story. It's a story how a guy, they would call him panzón,
Okay.
right? But one person couldn't say panzón because they weren't Spanish,
Okay.
or Hispanic, so they would say pontoon.
A boat?
That's why I never knew it was a boat. I never knew pontoon was an actual thing until they said it, and I was like, "What?" I just thought they couldn't say panzón. That's why they were saying pontoon. And then when all of a sudden I saw a show or something, and I saw a pontoon, they said, I said, "It's a boat." I'm like, "Wow." But it kind of makes sense because boats are pretty big.
Yeah. They hold a lot of weight.
Well, that one.
There you go.
Yeah. See, it all makes sense, man. It all
So-
makes sense. We know somebody that used to call pan-seco.
We remember. Jose pan-seco.
Did you hear what we said about what Kranky said? What did he say? Oh, sorry, you wouldn't have been able to wheel yourself up there.
Oh, because it's not. That's right. Because that's when I heard you say, Kranky's house is not ADA certified.
Oh, in case you don't know who we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, we got to give an early shout out to John because I don't want to forget him again.
That's a good. We can ask John. When you were referred to as pan-seco,
Was it offensive to you?
was it offensive to you? Or, were you crying on the inside, or did you just roll with the punch?
Because he would laugh. Because he would laugh.
Yeah, he
but-
would laugh.
He would laugh, but on the inside,
Yeah, but
on the inside, where you hurt.
nobody loves me. I can't take it.
Hey, but Lieutenant Dan has legs now.
Kick him while he's down, why don't you?
No, he's standing now, man.
That's something that we can all stand up.
Oh, man.
Oh shit, we love you, John. Yeah, we just threw it in early so we didn't forget about it. I was thinking about Louie's his little airplane thing, and I started thinking it's like, because he didn't know why the airplane took off again, right? And then all of a sudden you hear the captain, ladies and gentlemen, we need to head back to Vegas. It appears I lost my wallet, and I believe that I left it on the counter, so we're gonna have to go back. Like what? Okay, free flight.
Well, this is the second time that, not that it's happened like that, but there was one other time I was flying back from Dallas for a meeting, from a meeting. And as I'm flying back, it's late at night and it's foggy. And so when we're getting ready to land, we're landing, but we don't touch down, and all of a sudden we take off again. Right? And I'm like, okay, so circling around, and right away the pilot comes on and he says, sorry guys, we just, the weather, it's just we kind of overshot the runway, so we're gonna circle.
We were on the wrong one way. To let you know,
we're gonna circle back around and we're gonna try it again. Okay, cool.
Oh my god.
So then we start descending again, and we're about to land, and he takes off again, and he's like,
my God.
all right guys, we're gonna try this one more time.
I can't seem to get left. Look, here's Big Ben.
Parliament.
And so when we go the third time, we're descending and we're about to land, and then we take off again, and then he says, well guys, we're gonna head back to Dallas. And I'm like, what the hell?
What the fuck?
And he says, because they couldn't see the runway well. He goes, so if we try it again, we don't have enough fuel to be able to jet fuel to take off again. So we're just gonna go ahead and go to Dallas, and we know we can land there, so we're just gonna land. And I'm like, I know they're kidding, right? And no, we ended up back in Dallas. So I ended up renting a van with all the employees. I said, let's just go, man. And we came back home. But I was like, that to me, I was like, wait. We only flew from Dallas to San Antonio. But what happens, which is what I found out, they don't fill the planes when they're short flights. They don't fill like the gas. They don't the fuel. Yeah. They don't fill it to capacity when it's a short flight, in case there's an incident.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So when they land and they're about to take off again, they refuel. Because how can you take off from California to New York, but you don't have enough fuel for a 45-minute flight and to take off again? Plus, it uses a lot more fuel when they're taking off because they're using the jets, right? The thrust and stuff.
Yeah.
But it finally made sense when they told me, well, because they don't fill the fuel to capacity. Yeah. And then it uses more. So when you're taking off, and we took off, so basically we took off 4 times that day.
If they would have tried it one more time and not completed it,
you could have it. There could have been an accident.
No more Louie.
Yeah. So I was like, huh.
That's
but yeah, so we ended up back in Dallas. So when we took off, that's the first thing I thought, dude, we're going back to Vegas.
But I mean, just like you said, when the dude from Dallas did it, the pilot, he came on right away.
Right away.
What the hell was the dude from Spirit doing?
Saying a prayer? I don't know, dude.
Was he
with his phone. Hey, try this again.
It would have been crazy if it would have turned on accident. He would have been like, "Oh, son of a bitch! Okay, what is going on? Oh, Lord Jesus, help me right now!" Like, yeah,
it's on autopilot. Take over, please.
Yeah.
Oh, there's nobody else in here. Fuck.
Jesus, take the wheel. So, for real, I was like, dude, we're gonna go back to Vegas, and then we landed, we were fine, but I was like, dude, that was crazy. So yeah.
Anybody got any quick shots? Stinky shots?
A lot of things.
Oh, what are your thoughts on his Kranky's Whataburger story?
Was it the one about the homeless person?
Yeah.
So I heard the question. Where are the boundaries? Where are the
Well,
what did he say? What's the rule or no? What's
he was just trying to say, like, you know, why would the guy follow him in there?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Why, you know, there's got to be a point to where they say, oh, maybe I shouldn't follow this guy. I know he's trying to avoid me, you know. Like I said, like they know who's gonna give them money or not because they were doing it all day, so they already know if somebody's trying to avoid
the
me,
telltale signs of
maybe I shouldn't have talked to him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think he crossed the line. It was a guy, right? You said. Was there a girl too?
Yeah, the girl was at the taco place.
The taco place. Okay, so I heard that one too.
She's the one that got specific and put her order in.
With a potato and egg.
Yeah, like the guy with the chocolate milk, man.
Oh man. You know, it's funny because I've done that where I said, "Look, man, I don't have money that I can give you, but would you like something?" And I remember offering that to a guy, right? Would you like something? You want me to get you a soda or, you know, like a bag of chips or candy or something? Yeah, and gave me a list. It was like 4 things, right? And I felt bad because I was like, well, you know what, man? Me, dumbass, I offered. Yeah. And I didn't say, I didn't tell him like I tell the kids, you can get one thing.
One thing.
Right? So he gave me a list of like 4 things. So I went in there and I got the 4 things, man. And I brought it to him. And, you know, he was all like, oh, and then another time.
Grape jelly? You can't use it with no grape jelly?
Bro, I'm not going to lie. There was another time I had to have been like at McDonald's or something. And there was a homeless guy and I asked him like, hey, man, I'm not going to give you money, but what would you like? And he put an order in, man. Burger, fries, drink, apple pie, like the whole thing. And I was like, son of a gun, okay.
Sausage McMuffin.
They stopped selling breakfast at 10:30.
What do you mean they stopped selling breakfast at 10:30?
What did that happen? Yeah, bro. So it's. I mean, I think cross the line. Like you don't follow somebody like that. Like Kranky said, you're nowadays you're liable to get shot. Right, you're liable to get
people get shot
or get
for
your ass
anything
whooped.
now.
Yeah, I mean, so
let alone you know, going in a Whataburger, like, you know, they get shot for anything.
Just I think that was just it's a little. There's got to be boundaries, and I mean, of course, that's why you see a lot of the. It's panhandling, but it's basically soliciting, and so you see the signs, no soliciting, no. And so they don't want people hanging around.
Right.
You know, now, do they have people to be able to go and you know, shoo them off all the time? No, because they're busy and they're working. But still, dude, like, it's just...
That's what I'm saying. That's why, like, you know, fuck Walmart. Because them and the fucking dogs, right? But then, like, at least he said, like, that lady came out and told that lady, hey, you need to go.
Yeah.
You know? And she got her taco and she left.
Yeah,
But, you know, but still, like, at least there was somebody there to tell that lady, look, I'm sorry, you can't be here. You need to go. You know, we don't want you bothering the customer. I think businesses need to do that more.
They do. I don't know if they don't.
Only they do it enough.
Correct. And I don't know if maybe it's of fear of retaliation. Of them maybe, you know, not knowing what their mental state is and them reacting and freaking, you know, kicking their ass or something. You know what I mean? Yeah. So maybe it's that, and maybe it's just that they don't care. It's not their business. They just work there.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they don't care.
Yeah. Did y'all see the girl get shot? The one from Mexico?
No.
Yes, I saw that one.
Did you see the
I saw
video?
that.
Did
I
you
saw
see
it.
the actual
Hey,
video?
Twitter, baby. You gotta go to Twitter.
I didn't
Well,
see
for
that
a
one.
while. For a while, they were showing it on TikTok.
Oh, were
And
they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The whole thing.
And then so they put it. They took
I'm
it
sure
down.
they took it off, but
Yeah.
he's right. On X, you can
Yeah,
see
you can see
everything.
everything.
Use
Yeah.
They show whatever the fuck you want. So it was an influencer in Mexico that owned like this little spa, a salon or whatever, and she had a friend, and the girl, the influencer, was wanting to leave. Right, she wanted to go home, or she was going to leave the shop or whatever. And the girl was like, no, stay. Like, I have a package for you. I have a package coming for you. It's very expensive, Here, I'll buy you Starbucks. So she bought her, like, Starbucks. She bought her, like, this little plush toy. She's like, no, stay, right? She's okay. So she stays, and then she turns on her live for TikTok. So then all you see is the influencer, right? And she's talking. So her friend is behind the camera, and the video is on the girl. And if you watch the whole thing, they're talking in Spanish and all of that, and the backstory was she was having some issues with her ex-boyfriend. So as the live is going on, she's talking and she's like, "Oh, what if they come and kill me? Like somebody's gonna come and kill me. Somebody's gonna come and do something to me. Blah blah blah." And the friend is like, "No, it's fine. Blah blah blah." Yeah. So then she's all like, "I wonder how it's gonna get here. Is it gonna be on a motorcycle? Somebody gonna drop it off?" She's like, "I don't know." Blah blah blah. And then a few minutes later, right, somebody pulls up and she says, "Oh, mira, ahí viene alguien," like, they're finally here. So the person comes into the thing, you can hear the door open, and they ask her, "Are you," I think it was Valeria something, "Are you Valeria, blah, blah, blah?" She says, "Yes." And then she reaches down and she puts it on mute. And then she's sitting there.
Her live.
She puts the live on mute, and she's sitting there, and then you just see her go, like, reach for her chest, and then
Boom, she gets
bullet
the
hits
headshot.
her in the head, and then another bullet hits her, and she just
Dang.
boom, and that's it. And if you watch the video, I don't know if you watch. I mean, I watch it. I don't know why, but I watch it several times. I think after the second shot, there's like blood like shoots out onto the table. So if you go back and look at it, look at the table, and you'll see the blood like. And see, when I saw it, I was like, "There's no way that's real."
Yeah.
That was my first thought. I was like, dude, that's no way that's real, because when that second shot hit her and the way she reacted, like the way her head flew back, I was like, that can't be real. But it was real, bro. She got killed on a TikTok live, basically. They shot her 3 times, once in the chest, twice in the head. And then, so the whole thing about it was, it ended up that the ex-boyfriend and the friend were in cahoots.
That's
So
why she
they
was holding her.
hired that dude to come and shoot her, because during the live, right? So the live is still on, and then all of a sudden you see the camera gets picked up, and you see the face of the friend, and then she ends the live.
Damn.
Ooh,
No screaming.
She ended the live twice.
Right, yeah, she unalived her, basically. You're
TikToker
right.
Valeria Marquez.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and there was no, I mean, and you can't hear it because she, even if maybe she was yelling, you couldn't have heard it because she had put it on mute. But when she picked it up, there was no fear in her
Yeah, I saw
face,
that too.
right? There was no like worry.
No, not even like yelling or nothing. Like,
Right,
you would be, somebody would be yelling
Right,
like,
she would have like picked up the phone and ran or something.
Yes.
Yeah, and
But
there
she
was
picked it
nothing.
up calmly.
She picked it up,
Turned it off.
and then
That was it.
later on they found out that she was in cahoots with the ex-boyfriend, and they
Damn.
fucking hired a hitman to kill her, dude. If you see the video, I would be like,
So how does she know she was gonna get killed in the first place? Or why was she thinking she was gonna get shot in the first place?
I believe because of the relationship, the way the relationship was. Or she just had that gut feeling because she kept saying, she's like, well, I should be home. I shouldn't be here. Like, what if somebody comes and kills me? Like, she already knew.
Like, why was she
Like,
thinking
that was
someone was gonna kill her?
like
though?
an intuition, I guess. Like she, because of the way maybe the boyfriend was, she already knew. And I mean, why would the I don't know, because obviously we didn't find out until after that the friend had something to do with it. But
Well, right when you were telling me, I already was thinking she's holding her for that reason. It's for her to get shot.
That's like basically what happened. She made her stay there because she knew it was going to happen. How do you not know? and then you don't have a reaction. You don't have like like,
Yeah,
you know,
not screaming,
no fear
not-
on her face, no nothing. Dude, I couldn't believe it was real. I could not believe it was real. But when I was like, holy shit, dude, that fucking Twitter, dude. Well, actually, like I said, on on TikTok, you could see it. They had video of it, the whole thing, for a long time, and then I don't know, maybe they took it off. I haven't really gone back to look, but yeah.
That's crazy. So
And then another one happened in like Colombia or some shit like that. Some dude walked over to an influencer's house down there and shot her in front of her mom. Because they show the video of the guy running away, and all you hear is the mom.
Well, as bad as y'all were talking about influencers just a little while ago, and how they're getting out of hand. Now you're mad that they're getting shot.
No, I'm not mad they're getting shot. I'm just saying it's like
It's the wrong influencers.
Why? Are you saying it should be the Chancla Academy? Or? No, I mean, I'm not getting upset, but I'm just saying it's so, it's fucked up that, shit like that's happening. Popularity, but still, I don't know, man. Okay, we're at an hour.
Wrap it up.
That's not what she said. Well, man, what else? What do y'all got?
I don't know. I just don't. I still don't understand how she knew how she felt she was gonna get. She had to have done something bad that she knew she was gonna get shot.
Do you think so?
I mean, there's no other reason.
I mean,
Did she go to a Korean barbecue place and without telling him that she went, and then said that the food was ugly, and he found out that it was good.
He went and he tried it, and he's all, that fucking bitch lied to me.
she had a bad Subway. I don't know, dude. It was
Was the Subway? Yeah, exactly.
But you know what? I never answered you on that, actually. I much rather not answer than say, oh, yeah, I've been there. Because I know what's going to happen.
Well, okay.
Oh, you've been there. When did you go? Who did you go with?
So I wasn't
like that.
I wasn't asked if I went. She FaceTimed while I was there the last time. So that's why I was like, yeah, we're here, but it's not that good. And so yeah.
You just got in trouble, man. Man, I'd much rather, oh, have you been? Oh, no, hell no, I've never been there. So she knew you were there. That's
She
the
knew
thing.
she knew I had already gone. And then so when I said it wasn't that good, she was like, well, let's see how not good it is. And yeah. And it was actually delicious. So I mean, if I had to say, like, no, I haven't been to Banging Beans. But then when she found the card and saw the luggage, she put two and two together.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I just found the video. So, yes.
You see it?
Yeah. Yep.
That's bad, man.
Yeah, it's
That's
bad.
pretty bad. Pretty bad.
I mean, it does look fake.
The second shot, the second headshot, when her head flew back.
Yeah, it looks fake,
It almost looked like it was like overreacting.
but
But I mean, it could be the fact that was just the way her body reacted.
yeah,
She's
it
getting
looked fake
shot.
because it just seemed like it was like those Mexican novelas, like a B movie. You know what I mean? It looked like a porno. You know that it was fake. It looked like bad. It looked like bad acting. But then when you start searching her, you see all the rest in peace, and you see all the things that it does show that it was real. And then but you see that and like, man, it looks fake. Even the blood on the table looks fake. It looks too red.
Right?
It looks too red. But she, in fact, yeah. And then I see the lady pick up the camera.
Yeah. No reaction, no remorse. But let's flip it. What if she had that much money that she could fake her own death?
But why? If she's
Because-
making money,
Yeah, she's making money. What if she's already made enough money and she's tired and when she wants to get out of the spotlight and now she can't get out of the
just stop
spotlight?
recording.
Well, she can't.
Why not?
Like, what if she does? The people are still going to be looking for her. She's not going to be able to walk the streets.
I mean, you just stop making content. I mean, I've seen people do that. I mean, like I've heard of people do that, right? Faking their own death, but it's usually to get out of something that's like Diddy should have done that. You know what I mean? Like they say Tupac did that. You know?
Oh, really?
There was a reason that he would have had to because people were looking for him.
It wasn't an East Coast, West Coast thing. He didn't want to.
You know, so like I could see them doing it or wanting to do that. If you're an influencer and you're making content and you're tired and you don't, and I hear this a lot about influencers. Like I've seen videos where they're talking and they're saying, oh, man, you don't understand how much of a job this really is, how many takes we have to do and how we have to write our script. And I'm like, okay, but you're making money, so shut up. If you don't like it, then don't do it.
Yeah.
Just stop making content. You think Sophie Raines, when she gets tired of it, I don't think she's gonna fake her own death. I'm pretty sure she's gonna take all those $10 million or whatever she made and go fly her private jet and go live in her freaking mansion.
She ain't gonna get tired because she never taken anything off.
That's true.
She ain't never taken. She
Allegedly.
ain't gotta worry about.
Allegedly.
Well, yeah, we don't know, but I mean, I would have.
Fine, I'll subscribe. I'll subscribe right now to let y'all know.
Kranky's taking one for the team, baby. Taking one
He's
for
like,
the
everybody
team.
pitch in.
Cash at me, everybody. I'll let y'all know.
No. Actually, sorry, I can't. I'm over on my cash.
I'll tell you the size of coin those nipples are.
Dimes? Are they dimes?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know. Because we were talking about, what were we talking about when I said about influencers? There was another influencer that I was talking about. I can't remember. I think it was before Porky got here. But I don't know, man. It's like the influencers, like you were saying, I just think that it's, where do you, that's what Kranky said. Where do you draw the line? When he was talking about the panhandlers, when he was talking about where do you draw the line, right? So for these influencers that are doing basically pranks, where do you draw the line? Because I can see you pranking somebody that you know.
True.
But when you're pranking somebody in a store, a stranger, you're pranking somebody in a parking lot, on the sidewalk, on a freaking street, in an alley, like you're asking for trouble.
Yeah.
Some people are going to be, that was funny, cool, don't do it again, right? But other people are going to react. I mean, that one influencer that goes around throwing gang signs at people. And the guys are looking like, you all right? Are you good? And what's up? Where are you from? Like, what's up, man? You want some smoke? And, doing all that. And it's like, bro, I've seen people pull out guns on this dude. And they're chasing him. And I'm like, he got beat up one time. And I'm like, dude, you're literally asking for trouble.
It's like walking into a gay bar with a MAGA hat on.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? You're asking for it. You're asking for it. So
there's this other dude. It's called Outdoor Boys, and this guy is crazy, dude. He goes out to like the Alaskan wilderness, in the fucking like 15 feet of snow, and he builds like a little fort out of whatever's around there, trees, and he stacks everything up, and he's all cool, and he makes his fire, and it's like minus 105,000, degrees, and he's living out. He has 14.5 million followers, and just this past like couple days ago, he's like, I'm done. He's done. He just got up. He's not gonna make any more videos. He's completely done. He's gonna worry about his kids, and that's it.
And enjoy the money he made already. That's it. See, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, the influencer we were talking about was that Liver King.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I saw the Liver King. It's one of the Untold on
really?
Netflix.
Uh-huh.
And so he's an influencer, and he's an older guy, in his 40s, and he's built, he's cut, and he says that he doesn't take anything artificial. He doesn't take supplements. He doesn't take anything like that. Everything's natural.
All natural.
Right? And what he does is he eats liver every day. And then it shows him going and killing like a cow or something, or a bull, and just cutting it open and getting the liver, and him and his kids and his wife are all taking a bite out of the liver, yeah. And it's just, you're not eating the whole thing, but it's just a piece.
A freshly killed animal.
And so they do that, and then they get it and they cut it up, and then they store it and they put it in their freezers or whatever. And so every day they just go and eat a piece. They're not eating a lot, maybe an ounce of it or whatever, but every day. And he says that has helped him. Well, he started making like vitamins basically of like liver and whatever else that they eat, right? All the stuff that he talks about that he does. And they were selling all that, and he was making millions. Well, then a test comes out that he was taking supplements, right? Because everybody was like, he's on steroids. He's like, no, I do this. And then come to find out he was taking something. And so he had to make an apology and lost a bunch of sales. And like it just became a big old thing. But it's on Netflix. Yeah, it's called The Liver King. Huh. And we saw it on our interesting flight back. So
your interesting flight back from your non-pool Vegas visit.
Yeah, that one.
Well, I know we're running out of time, but I got one more question.
You have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Earmuffs over there.
Oh,
go there.
go. Get up.
I want to know what her definition of a titty bar was.
Okay, so yes, we were listening, and she said,
"See, when did we bring this up 30 minutes ago?"
Because it just came into my mind.
So
come on.
That's right. So she said,
Y'all was talking about Sophie Rain. I thought about titties. And I'm like, oh, I got a question.
so she says, what she meant by titty bars were the restaurants. Mm-hmm. That's what she meant. She goes, no, what they're talking about is the strip club. And I'm like, yeah, that's how we used to refer.
That's what a titty bar
was. It was a titty bar because
that's how we still refer to
because at the strip clubs you see titties. Yes, you see titty, but you don't see everything at a restaurant. Mm-hmm. They're, like Kranky said, scantily clothed.
Right.
But there's no nipple showing. No. There's no, like, you know what I mean? There's still something left to the imagination, right?
Yeah.
And for the most part. However, I remember going to Twin Peaks one time. And me and her, she was like, "Oh, I want to go eat." She loves the fried chicken there. I want to go eat the fried chicken. I'm like, "Yeah, I want some bacon." Right? We get there, and it was lingerie day, right? And she knows already. She already knows the days, right? So she don't care. But the girl's literally walking up and has like a lace bra on with nothing under, and so you see everything. And I was like,
"No way!"
Yeah, bro. And I'm like, and I look at her, and she looks at me, and I'm like.
No pasties and nothing?
Nothing, bro.
No
like,
way.
she had nothing. And I was like, huh, okay. And
working for that tip, boy.
And like
working
Frankie
for that
said,
tip.
man, kids all up in that place. And
Daddy, I want to go to Twin Peaks again.
Yeah, can I have her as a waitress? So, but yeah, so she was referring to restaurants because we were talking about how like Bombshells doesn't do great, right?
Yeah.
They'll do, when they have events, they get some business. But every time you drive by there on just a regular day, there's hardly any cars there, right? Hardly. The Hooters over there already closed down in River Center. Mm-hmm. Kranky said the one over there, the one on Wurzbach looked like freaking, like it's on its last leg.
No
you know what I mean? So that's what she was talking about. She goes, for all these restaurants that are set up for success, why are they closing down? Right? There was a comedian that said he took his dad to go eat, and he wanted to go to Hooters. Well, the server comes and the dad wanted to go to Hooters, but they went to go eat, and the dad's older, so grumpy, and he's like, "Look at what she's wearing. This is our Hooters back in the day, and it was real Hooters, and look at her dressed in a t-shirt and." She doesn't want tips, and that sounds like, Dad, we're at Buffs. But you think about it, man. You look at the like Kranky said, there used to be the A shift and the B shift. Sometimes the C shift, right?
A team, B team.
Yeah, A team, B team, right? Sometimes C team, right? Depends.
Or D. Or E.
But now it's not like that. There's no teams. It's like it's all B and C level
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
you go over there, like a lot of people that used to want to go to Twin Peaks and want to go to Hooters, and they went with something specific in mind, and when they show up, they're very disappointed. And I think that right there is probably one of the leading causes to them starting to shut down, because they're not getting as much business. I remember when I couldn't even walk into Hooters because it was so packed. Right? Twin Peaks on Fridays by 11:30, that parking lot's packed.
11:30 in the morning.
In the morning. No, I'm not lying. In the morning.
Serious?
Yes. 11:30 in the morning, it's already packed, right?
151 over
Yeah.
here?
But I remember when we used to go to like, I wanted, me and him, we'd be like, hey, let's go to Hooters, let's go watch a game.
Yeah.
We get there, what the hell, like freaking people's waiting outside, and it looked like Cracker Barrel, bro. Everybody's standing outside waiting, you know what I mean? Like, just waiting. But now, I'll go over there, I can sit at the bar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's seats. Me and Sabrina went the other day and just to go, and she just wanted to get some wings, and I was like, all right, let's go. And walked in, sat down. Like, there was no wait.
Right.
And that's just the way it is. And it's just, it's weird because it's still a restaurant, but I think it's the level of not only the service, but the
whole allure, the whole thing about it is not the same.
Well, I think it's just people are still disappointed when they get there. You know what I mean?
Like,
it's not.
They're obviously not that disappointed to sit down and still, and
Hey, well, it's been about eat, quote unquote, but it's been about, I don't know, I want to say maybe 3-4 years since I've been to Hooters, and when I went, our server was, you talk about brick house. This lady was stacked. I mean, she was like, ba-boom. Those things were out there. And, well, that's why we went. Like, right? That's why you go. That's what you wait to see. So, obviously, I wasn't disappointed. But could it be... So, my question is now, with OnlyFans, with Fansly, with all these, pay-per-view things or whatever it is, subscription fees and all this stuff where these girls can make money... that maybe they would have not made as much money working for a restaurant, and now they can do this in the comfort of their home.
OnlyFans.
And all that. Yeah. And now the girls that are actually needing work and are actually working are not the ones that you want to see, because it's just, you're breathing? Okay, come and work.
I know, because remember, Hooters used to have...
Hooters? Yeah.
Yeah. There it is.
Yes.
The cerebral assassin. No.
Yes. That, and also their policy was no tattoos.
No way.
Yes.
Hooters?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so
wow.
Then you started to see where they had tattoos, but they would put makeup on it to cover it up.
Yeah.
Or Band-Aids or something. You know what I mean? Something to cover. And now, dude, they're running around with sleeves and leg sleeves and arm sleeves and all under chest, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was remember the one that used to work at the bar, the one that had the chest tattoo. Mm-hmm. So come to find out, she's the daughter of my dad's friend, right? But I was like, when we get there, I was like, damn, I remember they used to have that policy.
Right.
So like you said, now it's like, hey, okay, you're decent, come on.
Yeah, exactly. That's why, and now there's no Hooters because. Well, was there... we don't know. We're not managers. But was there, could they tell... with rules and laws and stuff, they can't tell nobody, I'm sorry, you don't have Hooters, you can't work here.
Discrimination law.
Right. So was there... do you think that maybe back then, because women knew they had Hooters, and that's the only ones that were going... And that's what I'm saying. Like now they can make that money at home, and now the only ones that are going in are the ones that they can only hire because that's all they have. No butt, A cups, shit like that. And maybe that's why the allure is not the same anymore, because there aren't Hooters at Hooters. Wow.
Yeah, I remember somebody applying at, like, I think it was Twin Peaks, and they were not hired, and I was like, wow, that was weird, right? It was,
Yeah.
but then gets hired at Ojos. You know, so I don't know. It's I think well, you know, and I used to,
Ojos is a completely different bird.
you know, and I used to think because you know I frequent a lot of bars when I'm shooting pool, and you walk in and I'm like, if maybe they had better talent, you know, that's what we wanted to say, talent, right?
Talent.
If they had better talent, I'm thinking, is the owner not doing interviews? Are they not screening? However, there's one that I go to, and I know for a fact that they do interviews, and I know for a fact they do screen because they used to have a couple young, you know, attractive girls, and I think they got in trouble. I think the owner got in trouble
for the hiring process.
So I'm pretty sure that now the wife is like, yeah, we're gonna hire these.
Yeah.
You know, so. Because I'm like,
I think I've seen a video like that.
because I'm just thinking, like, if I owned a bar, I know for a fact Sabrina would want to be screening, but she's gonna want talent.
Oh yeah.
She's definitely gonna be like, well, first of all, not only is it gonna attract customers, right?
Yes.
But it's
Yes.
gonna retain customers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like
we said it on Married with Children. Right?
Hooters.
Pretty
Yum.
girls make you buy beer. Ugly girls make you drink beer. Well, you want the pretty girls there so that way it brings customers and it retains the customers. And guess what? The guy that was going to go in for 1 or 2 beers might stay for 6 or 7 now because there's something to look at.
And that makes sense now with the A and B team because the A team gets them drunk.
And the B team's already drunk. So
They're already drunk when the B team gets there, so they still look good. When you get here, I haven't seen you.
I was going a different direction with that because I was remembering the Hooters, yum yum yum.
Oh yeah,
Hooters on the girl that's dumb.
Exactly.
Oh,
I mean, and not to point out Kranky, but I mean, I know that there's certain places that you go to because you know that. You know, there's either a specific somebody or somebody that you know is there and like you want to go see. I mean, you're not going to go somewhere, and that's the point I'm saying because if that's what you're saying, like Sabrina would do, yeah, then that works. That's what you would want.
Yeah,
you want that customer to come back because they know that so and so is going to be there today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's I think that's the thing is you want talent. And I know, like I said, if I had a bar, I know for a fact she'd be the one saying, I'm going to do the hiring process because I want to make sure that we have good talent because this is going to be successful. You know, this isn't going to be...
No, but then she got to take pictures of them and show them to us, and then we give them the thumbs
Give
up,
them the thumbs up.
the thumbs
would
down.
Would you come here? You know, yeah.
Or is it womp, womp, womp? Well, that took a different tone.
Went totally in a different direction.
25 minutes over, guys. Thanks.
okay.
Man, those 2 seconds that you didn't introduce
Well,
us.
because I didn't. If I would have introduced Crank, it would have been a whole different story. 19 minutes right off. Boom.
There you go.
Dang it. All right, man. Anything else?
I mean, you want to stop, but then you ask if there's anything else.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all got something on your brain. What do y'all want?
We're 25 minutes over.
Because if I would have,
anything else?
I would have stopped at an hour.
Dude.
I would have stopped at an hour, and y'all would have been pissed off.
I mean, obviously, we're not gonna do nothing next week because everybody got plans next week.
Do we?
Do we?
Graduations are next week.
Well, yeah. Well, ours is until Friday, so.
You know, I got one. I got one on Wednesday too.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't go to either of them because I gotta work. But
they're during the day.
Oh, that's right, because ours is at 2.
But I gotta go to the after parties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have one on Friday.
And
So
I got one on Wednesday.
Are you going to Bombshells?
That's not the after party. I was sad.
Hold on. All right, man. Well, the laughing took up about 30 minutes.
yeah.
So
Sorry,
just edit
Sabrina.
out all the laughing. That's all you gotta do.
You're gonna hear shit. It's just gonna. You're gonna hear somebody say a punchline, and then it's gonna be crickets. On to the next.
On to the next.
All right, man. Well. Okay, well, from this point on, I'm not going to ask you if there's anything else because I don't know what y'all have in your minds, man.
I mean,
I'm not the director of this show. I just want to keep it under a fucking hour. One of these times, one of these days.
You mentioned John. That's about 10, 15 minutes right there too.
Well, we
went on a tangent from there, bro. We went on a roll on that one.
We're contractually obligated to mention.
We are contractually obligated.
From now on. We're not getting any money from it, John. But we are contractually obligated to say his name.
Yes.
So that way I don't have to do like a separate thing for him.
We still haven't even mentioned the moron in Syracuse.
Oh, that's right.
That'd be another freaking 20 minutes right there.
With his gym stories. I'm probably going to be on somebody's influence video. Oh, man.
Why would they make a chopped sandwich? They just like chopped everything up and put it in the bread. Why would they do that?
Not even eating it, dude.
I know, it's not even... Oh, or did you do it? You asked him, right? Did you do it? So is that what you're eating? Oh, no, I just saw it on their page.
So I'm like, why are you crying about it? Well, who's crying? Well, you are.
When you put it on here... This is a guy, bro.
Oh my god. Well, there you go. We included everybody.
There you go. I think we got everybody.
Everybody's in there. So I'm not gonna ask y'all if y'all have anything else. That's it. We'll talk to you guys later.
Peace.